Hello, hello, hello. Just waiting on some people to come in the room. Uh, Anybody that enters, just let me know if you can hear me. How's everybody doing tonight when they get in? This was unannounced, and I'm going to call this a prequel. This is a little preview because when I get done doing the deliveries tonight, as soon as I get home and get set up, I'm going to begin a live stream through the melon. Hey, Miss Smiley, my friend. Let's see. Hey, my friend, Cherokee. Also, if you guys look in the description box, I have been able to add the link to the GoFundMe. At this point, I have one donation from Miss Shirley for $30. GoFundMe takes $1.17 out of that 30. That's their fee. Those of you that would like to donate, it can do directly to the PayPal or the Cash App or the Venmo. It does make sure that 100% of your donation comes to the family. And I'm going to be honest, I'm in a little bit of a position at the moment. The house insurance was due on the 5th. Long story short, I had the money. There was an automatic draft set up for the 3rd of the month for the mortgage payment. On the 31st, I called the company. I went ahead and made the payment. They told me that the system would basically pick up that the payment had already been a month and it wouldn't take it out. Well, that was a big fat lie. It did take it out. That's $426 that I wasn't prepared. Long story short, the house insurance is $78. That's what I'm trying to come up with. Yesterday, I finally broke down and told someone the truth that I had got my inhaler and some other meds that I needed, and I was sick and I wasn't able to work. I do the live streams because I was sick and I was warned I wasn't going to say anything about needing any more money. Because all I want to do is get Mama's funeral bill paid off and get this month's worth of the bills so that I have, like 20 days, 25 days to be able to get the money for the next month. Can I continue to pay the bills? Yes. Yes. Now that little man is back in school, I can work and drive back and forth doing the deliveries and also get a second job. I'm willing to work 5 jobs if it's what it takes. I was so sick I could not work. I literally was vomiting and had temperatures going up and down. I did go to the emergency room and they told me it was viral. It was going around. It's very similar to the flu. It's a horrible virus. I would literally wake up drenched in sweat. And just randomly it was happening. I thought it was hot flashes, but it was also nausea and headaches and temperature spikes, among other things that was tied in. It just almost like COVID, the big C word, how it would just zap your energy and you had no appetite. I literally had not eaten anything for 2 days. I got severely dehydrated. And I thank you, and I'm going to say it, and hopefully she doesn't get mad, but thank you, Miss Katie Kitty. I was able to get adult Pedialytes like Icy Pops and keep those down and get those electrolytes into me. It did help with the energy and the weak and tired feeling. And then I got Dayquil and NyQuil. It's what I'm taking. Of course, I'm not taking NyQuil at the moment because I'm driving, you know. Durr. And my inhaler. And I took a breathing treatment because I was advised to do so. And that's really what's been helping the most. The big deal is not to end up with pneumonia from this. And then, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think the hardest thing to explain, or for people to maybe even understand, because I don't get it myself, okay? I'm just battling. Ooh. I know this is all personal and I'm so sorry, but this may help someone else out there that's going through a similar situation, to let them know that they're not alone and that what they're dealing with and feeling and everything is okay and normal. And that's why I'm choosing to share some of this, because I've experienced loss. You know, it's not my first rodeo. My dad, my father, and both of his parents passed away. And being he was an only child, and I'm an only child and only grandchild, kind of everything fell to me, you know. When my grandmother passed, my nanny, well, I digress. Hold on, let me do this in the right order. When my father passed, his mom, my nanny, my grandmother, had already had one stroke and was paralyzed on one side completely. We had been, you know, taking care of her at home and whatnot. I had been, and my dad had been helping. He had worked both of his jobs on the day he passed. Came home. Okay, let me get it in the right order because it'll sound crazy if I don't. He worked both of his jobs. At lunch and after he got off, he had taken meals to his parents and made sure that they had taken their meds that I had separated out. And then after 5, when I got off, I came with the kids and stayed until they both went to bed. And then we went home and, you know, did the homework and, you know, our routine. That being said, the day my dad passed, he had just taken them their meals for their supper, came home, sat down at the kitchen table with his family. I say yes because it's my step family and I never was a part of it. That's a big old story to go through. Anyway, he said he wasn't feeling well. He went to the bathroom and then he went and laid down across his bed and he never got up. He had a massive heart attack at the age of 47 and his heart basically exploded. That's what the doctors told us. It was pretty instantaneous, you know. That being said, I told my grandma, I was late to tell her. It's really hard to go into those, so I'm not going to. January the 15th, 1995, we buried my father. Still can remember it. Seems like yesterday. You're not crazy if you're still having in life where everything's really bad and you got to pick up the phone to call that person. It's not crazy. It's normal. You're normal. Don't question your sanity like I have at times. And when you go through other situations similar and stressful in your life, another loss of someone that close to you, you'll find that'll be one of the moments in time that you're really reaching, you know. And it's okay. It's normal. That is a triggering thing. And if y'all are making comments, I apologize for not responding back. I am driving. I'm going to do the right legal thing and not be looking at the screen while the car is in motion. So I apologize for that. this is just, we're going to talk about some things. I'm going to give you some tidbits while I'm out doing this driving around, and I can, to let you know what's in store for the main live stream that I'll be on through the Melon app tonight. That way, I can screen share and show you actual documentation and proof that I have. Just some things I wanted to address in the true crime community and with cases. To me, just couldn't wait. And then I'm sorry, I just got off on personal, and I apologize. Anyway, long story short, after that, Grandma had a stroke a few days later and went into a coma. 8.5 weeks before she passed. Was there every day. And lunchtime, I worked second shift for state at J. Iverson Riddle. And I literally, my mom helped me out, but every moment I wasn't at work or doing care for the children's or self-care, I was at the hospital every day for hours. My grandmother passed away, buried her on my birthday, April 11th, 1995. And in 99, we lost my grandfather. I tell you those things, not for pity. I want y'all to understand this is not my first rodeo, this sitting up stuff, okay? All three of those were taken care of by my grandparents and trust monies that they had set aside, where they paid for everything. Ugh. My hand is going numb while I'm trying to drive. It's really not a good feeling. I'm going to have to pull over for a minute. Anyway, that being said, I had to plan everything and pick everything out. It was, a lot emotionally. So I've been through this before with those close to me. It just wasn't this hard hitting. I don't know how to explain it. Yes, mother was 76, and she had, fetal AFib, but it had been diagnosed and well under control for like 7-8 years. And she had the stroke. Literally, I still have nightmares. And if it affects me that way, God, I'm so worried about little man. He is the counselor. Just so y'all know, we are trying to address. I'm so worried. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk more about it because I'm going to get off and I won't be able to get back on topic because it's really emotional and I'm so worried. You think, how much does it affect us as adults? I can't fathom, you guys, it's not all about money, It really isn't. I don't know. I'm trying to get, y'all, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do this. I don't want to do this right now. I can't. I try. I want y'all to know it's hard sometimes to hold it back and to not let it out. And to try to be strong. And that's what I was trying to tell y'all. Sometimes that person that seems the most violent, the most strong, is actually the opposite. They're the last person that would hit you. They got to be backed into a corner to to do the violence. Even it's gonna have to really be self-defense for that type of person. And then, I see so many of y'all talking about what a strong woman I am, and I don't feel strong. I feel weak. I feel like a failure. I have failed everybody. If I had failed, I would still be here. I feel like part of me feels like that I should have fought harder to not let him switch her blood thinners and not mess with it. And maybe she'd still be here if I'd fought harder for her. And then, when they were the doctors, they knew more than I knew. I thought. I mean, I don't know. And then, I'm so worried about little man. And then if I don't pay this, I don't want to lose the house over a freaking $78 insurance payment. Damn it. Why do you take it out twice? I mean, maybe it's a stage of grief, but I am angry. I'm angry at the government for closing the surgery doors and feeling like that you are the reason that I'm going to lose my son. I'm angry at the fact there was no preparation and everything is squarely on my shoulders and I feel lost and overwhelmed. And then on top of that, this is the part for other people that I need to hear or them to hear. Everybody goes through whatever the stages of grief they are, how many, I don't care. I sound awful, I need to play my nose. I'm gonna mute and play my nose. Okay? Sorry, just give me a moment. Okay, mute. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear now. And tell me if I don't sound a bazillion times better. Okay. Awesome sauce. So I am doing a delivery. So y'all know. Because in a minute, when I arrive at... And hey, I delivered to these people day before yesterday, I think. I don't remember when. Okay, it's all running together. But they requested their delivery again, which is good. Because hopefully I'll get a nice tip. I won't have any paycheck coming until next Thursday. But anyways, I digress. Again, thank you, Miss Katie. I was telling everybody how much that you helped me by helping me to get that medicine. Because I'm feeling... Now, I'm not 100%. I'm not going to tell y'all lie. But I'm at like 85%. Which is way better than yesterday. This is one thing that I wanted to address for everybody. Anybody that may be going through a loss or a situation similar to mine. Yes, I have been sick. But also something else I've been experiencing since Mom's funeral. Oh, it's so hard to talk about. But I just feel it's necessary. Because I think I would, if it were me and she was on the other foot, basically, I sat and thought, and I would want to have that help, that helping hand, that understanding, if I didn't have it somewhere else. Y'all get what I mean in a minute. So, the hell is going on? Sorry, y'all. Like, the window is doing wicked. It was having a mind of its own. For real, for real. Anyways, long story short, serious bipolar disorder with clinical depression diagnosis. So long story short, I'm battling hard, you guys. Like, it is a battle that if you've never fought it, you will not understand. And I'm saying this because so many times people that suffer from bipolar disorder, but specifically the depression part, get called lazy or unmotivated. And it's when you're already battling those type of feelings in that type of situation, and someone is putting you down in that way, calling you lazy, calling you unmotivated, you already feel bad enough about yourself. When you get that from an external source coming in, somebody might as well just be standing there holding a hammer or a knife and beating you and stabbing you with it. That's what you're doing to that person. Now, yeah, there are people who use that as a crutch or an excuse, their whole life. Let me explain to you guys. The last time that I went through this, which is why I was talking about the passing of my dad and my grandparents, was guess what? 1995. When, like I told the doctors, I was hurting so much, so bad. I just wanted to numb the pain for a couple hours. I wasn't trying to kill myself, unalive myself, whatever. YouTube take it away, which they already would. They didn't even give me the option to be able to monetize. I think they're taking my monetization away because of October to December. Produce enough videos, and I didn't have enough view time hours. What the heck? They give you no provisions for having a catastrophic accident. They already took me out of like the video rotation with the algorithm and stuff. That's why it's so much harder for y'all to find videos right now. It's like, hell, can I catch a break? It's just, it, it feels like it keeps compounding. I, I have no motivation. I really do want to just lay in a corner, curl up in a ball, and hide from the world. Fighting every day just to get up out of the bed and wash myself and go to work. I don't. Those that know me, this is a statement that people will probably not believe or be like, oh my God, I'm really worried about you now. I don't want to talk and interact. I just want to get up and go to work and come back home and get back in the bed and cover up and hide from the world. I I know this to take time, and I know that. Know that without a shadow of a doubt. I saw that, Miss Kitty. I got you, Miss Katie. I will. After we end this, I will. I promise you. Okay? I have been here before. I have reached out for counseling assistance for me. I can't see what Cherokee said. I'm trying. I'm driving, you guys, so I apologize. Sometimes. And I have been Cherokee. I have. I gave myself, I allowed myself 3 complete days that I just cut myself off from the world, and was like, F it. I'm going to take these 3 days, and during those 3 days, I'm going to be all about me. And the part that's hard is I have so many people telling me to cut my daughter off. Don't do nothing else for her. Stop putting gas in her car. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. First of all, it's a child. Second of all, I have little man to consider in anything that I say or do. There. Third of all, something I realized and recognized that I know I'm doing, I just gotta work on it. It's, bottom line is, I know I lose a brother. And I lost my mom and my dad and all my grandparents. Her little man is what I left to make sure that he has a home no matter what. I want so bad to be able to know that. That's the hard part. And I don't want y'all thinking that I'm going to do something to harm myself. That's not an option. I can't help little men that way. That's number one. Number two, I've been there and I will not go back there again. Everybody that says that I'm so strong will know that I'm determined to fight this battle and win. I refuse to give up. If someone would like to help me, and you cash donation, whatever, none of that's possible. There's 2 other ways that are free that someone could help me. I don't know how or who or what to go to get some certain things sold, like the princess house and the home interiors, crystal and such. I would love to just put it all into one lot and sell it that way. If some, or individual pieces, whatever. It would be easier and faster to do the one lot. And to be real with you guys, at the average price, because some of them's more, some of them's less, but I looked on eBay. I know to go by how recently did they sell and what was their selling price. Like I said, some are worth more than others, and there's still about 30 pieces that I have not gotten to search. By the way, if you take a picture of something, you go to your menu and you go to share, it will, and then it's Google search. Once you go to share, you choose Google search. It will bring up everything that they can find about that. Usually it's Pinterest and eBay and Etsy that come up with them being for sale. Long story short, the average price per piece in the collection I have is $25. Some, like I said, some are worth more than others. There's a green Tiara square deuce that's something, bumblebee something. It's worth 60-some dollars on its own. That's what it just sold for on eBay less than 9 days ago. So by basing I did $20 a piece. Long story short, if I get an average of $20 a piece per glassware, which some are, I can say more and whatever, I could pay a month's worth of bills. I also have coins. The ones that have been circulated but are still worth money are because they're solid silver, and that's to do with the weight of the coin, and how much that part. I could pay another month's approximately based on value and recent sales. I could pay another month's worth of our bills to sell that. So anyone that knows someone that works in the coin or in glassware collectibles, please help me connect with them to see what I can do to facilitate this happening. That's a free way that someone could help me. I'm trying to think outside the box. I was thinking about if we do an auction here, I not only have the glassware, you guys, but there's a lot of other items, that we're gonna have to. It isn't hard. Let me say, the hardest part is I'm really not ready. I'm so not ready. But I don't have an option. I feel like my back's against the wall and I gotta do what I have to do. It's being in survival mode. And I was so worried about people judging me. And it's like, I don't have an option. I don't have an option. But I will say this. You guys let me know. We'll do, I'll try to do, I don't know, right here real quick. What I can do, I have the items. It's not hard. I could show them tonight when I get home to do the live stream from tonight. I don't know if you guys understand or don't understand, but I'm overwhelmed. And I just don't want to lose her legacy at all. I don't want to let my mom down. I don't want to let little man down. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cry. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I feel, everybody says you're so strong. I feel so weak. I don't feel strong. And let me say this. So, there's Prince's house, and I've got the two patterns, the Fantasia and the original Cloud pattern, and a lot of stuff. Full sets, mostly, on that. Like the coffee mugs and Fantasia pattern, I've got all four pieces. Huge decanter in the Fantasia pattern. The stuff wasn't used, it was display pieces. My grandparents at one time owned a ceramic shop. Why is that important? Well, a lot of these items are ceramics, one of a kind, hand painted. I have a strawberry shortcake cookie jar that is just beautiful, and then it's like the cake thing, the bottom piece that you set your cake on, and then the cup. I have that in strawberry shortcake, and it's just beautiful. Long story short, let me say this to you too, and see if y'all can understand this philosophy. Before we get into the cases, my daughter was like, Mommy, some of this I just don't want to sell. I'm not ready to look at and to touch and go through it. I said, I'm there with you, child. But the bottom line is, if we don't pay these, we become homeless. Can't afford a storage building. So it's like, you keep it, but you're going to end up losing it. Or you sell it and possibly keep the home and the car and stuff. This car, I literally owe like $1,900, and the 2017 Nissan Rogue. Y'all look up the value. I owe like $1,900, and this car is paid off. You know, the house and the land valued over 80 grand. I owe 17,000, and it's paid off. Well, because I work for YouTube and Point Pickup, and I'm considered self-employed and a subcontractor, I can't get a loan. It's like, oh my God. It's like the world freaking hates me. I'm just, like, banging my head against the wall. Oh, and get this. From the Haynes, whatever, Sarah Lee, I want to give them the finger. I have never in my life seen somewhere that you are punished because you're single. Because mom did not have a quote-unquote surviving spouse, which is the only person they pay out to. And she was divorced when she got the policy because there's not a surviving spouse. Her it's like, it wasn't 401k, it's like a 4015 something. Anyway, never get the shit. Because F them. It was horrid. It's horrid. It was awful trying to get in touch with them to cancel the payments, coming through. Because there's automatic drafts. And even if you try, like I did, I did with the house payment. And I'm wanting to bang my head against the wall. Anybody that has ideas, email me, text me, reach out to me. You may think outside the box and have an idea about something that I don't know. I'm just overwhelmed. It's like, I I tried so hard to go back to work full force. I got sick. And then, y'all, I don't know, family members might get mad at me for what I'm about to say. But I watched my mom go from the 17th to the 18th of October driving out to eat, interacting, playing with my grandchild, getting around like I do. As you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it wasn't like I'm sitting here watching someone that was sick, you know? And then on the 19th, I'll never forget. I get hard. That's why I'm so glad that before she came home, her bed was taken down and moved out into the building, because it makes it a little teensy bit easier to be in that room. Not much, but a little teensy bit, you know. And then, it's just so much. But then, I'm looking and I see just like with my mom, I see the quick deterioration, and it's breaking my heart. I would do anything in the world, and I'm a horrible person. I know, because I didn't want, I felt like, just like with my mom, that maybe he was waiting to see us, and then it was gonna be it. So I didn't want to go, because I didn't want him to go. I know he's in pain and suffering. I can see it. I know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm mom, I know. And I just, oh my God. I would trade places in a heartbeat, the blink of an eye. I would have already been there. And I'm so thankful, honestly, for his wife and everything that she's doing, and being there and standing by. A lot of people wouldn't. They would already checked out. I mean, nope, I can't do this. I'm not gonna do this. And I gotta say, like, at this point, she's really coming through. I gotta give it, like, it means the world to me as a parent to know that. Like, and it's another, I about said sleeping at night. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not sleeping right. I know I'm not. I'm not eating right. And I can't help it. I guess it's part of the process. But, okay, guys, I've got to take this order of food in. Let me get my nose blown, get my ass together so you know they don't think I'm cray-cray. But, if y'all want to just chat with each other for about 5 to 7 minutes while I get this done, I'll be right back, and maybe I can get off of this personal stuff that I apologize profusely for. I did not mean to have a breakdown. I had no intent of even talking about it. I'm so sorry. I had just received an email right before I started the live. I'm like, I feel like a failure. I just, okay, I gotta do this delivery and I'll be right back. I'm just trying to get together because these people think I'm crazy, you know, and they requested me as their driver, so that's a good thing too. From what they tell me, when you start getting requests from customers, that the company, PPU, looks at that and offers, before it's posted out there for everybody, they offer you certain deliveries that you can make better money off of. Thank everybody for tuning in, and hopefully you guys stay just until I just got to set them up here on the porch and take the pictures and save them and roll out for the next order. With it being, well, there won't be another order. This will be the last one because of the time. The last pickup that you can do here is 8:15. So this was the last order. So once I finish this, I'll be going home soon and we'll start the live stream soon. I want to say thank you to everybody that's praying. I see the praying hands, and I thank you. And understand, I'm sharing this because I want other people who may be going through similar circumstances to know that they're not alone. That's the big, important thing in my mind. It makes it just you guys talking to me and me knowing that I'm not crazy and that it's not abnormal, you know, makes a difference. Everybody doesn't have that resource. And I'm lucky to have so many of you guys as friends. You're not fans, you're friends. You're praying for me, reached out for me, told me how much you care. That's invaluable. I can't put a dollar amount on that. Like, when I say it's not all about money, that's what the hell I mean. Miss Katie and Miss Smiley and Miss Cherokee checking on me and just making sure that my head's on straight and reminding me to eat. It may seem like nothing, but you guys, it means the world to me. And I just need to say thank you again to each and every one of y'all. Maybe I should call this a thank you live stream. Okay, let me get out of the car and take these groceries to everybody. I think my screen is froze. Okay. Thank you, Cherokee. I just feel like I'm not in a good headspace mentally, you know, to make decisions. And that's hard because due to circumstances, I'm actually feeling quite stressed, and it all goes back to certain financial and I don't know how I'm going to handle it yet. I don't know what I want to do right yet. Can we just not let this ride for a minute, you know? Give me a chance to think and to breathe, because it's like I jumped out of an airplane into 150 feet of water and I survived that only to go off a cliff into 250 feet of water, you know? That's what it kind of feels like. It's just overwhelming. When I come back, I want to talk about Summer and Shankila and the Idaho 4 and Keely Rodney. There has been things come out that you guys might not be aware of on all four of those cases. So, give me like 7 minutes to get their food to them, and I'll be back and we're going to talk. Because I do have some tea, and then when I get to the computer and I can, you know, do that, whatnot, I'm going to be on it. Also, remember When I first started the channel, I told y'all there was a home PC. I just didn't have access to it because it was in Mom's bedroom and it was a problem. Well, now I still have the PC and I'm setting it up to transfer everything from the Chromebooks there. I want it to basically be on both. Hopefully it also help improve the quality and speed, as opposed to the older device that I have, which I'm so thankful for, because you guys enabled me to have that. And I'm just so blessed to have some awesome, awesome friends that tune in and make me feel loved and supported. So thank you for that. I want to say it again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That love, that support, and that friendship, like I've said before, are invaluable. Valuable. Alright, guys. Give me just a moment. I'll be right back. Because we're going to talk about David Cohen, for one. And then, sorry, I'm reading a message I just got. Miss Smiley, you need to watermark those pictures. Lil Dev, I addressed this yesterday. Smiley ain't getting played by nobody. She's doing what she's doing because she loves summer and because she wants resolution for summer. And she's not getting played because she knows. I don't know how to put it. I'm not trying. Smiley's not told me any more about this situation than you guys know. I want to emphatically repeat that. She gave her word to somebody, and she's not going to break it. Not for me, not for Biden, nobody. She's not going to. When Smiley gives you her word, you might as well burn that stuff into dust. Because that it's just not going to be broken for nobody. Oh, come on, don't interrupt. Broadcast. Now, bear with me. I'm trying to send a message back. The person that just sent me a message wanting to talk to me before the live, I will call you just as soon as I get to the house before I do a live stream. Is that okay? Just let me know in the chat. All you gotta type is it's okay. I'm just waiting to see you type that to know you heard what I said. I'm gonna finish this delivery and I am heading home. Because I'm hungry. I'm hangry. It's not cheap to eat on the road. So when I'm working, what I have learned to try to do is I wait until I get home to eat supper. And I pack lunch with me usually. But I can't trust that things won't get spoiled or go bad long enough to do the late evening meal as well. Not just North Carolina weather. You be in the 80s and an hour later it looks like a snowstorm's coming. You know, I mean, it's just, the weather here is just as crazy as I am. Oh, somebody sent me a text again. Okay. Oh, Miss Smiley, Thank you, my darling. Y'all, Miss Smiley sent me a cash app. She's good people. I will let her tell you how much she sent, but I am now in need, let's see, it would be 74, I think, left that I gotta come up with. And let me say this, anybody, this is for the haters and the naysayers. Anybody that would want to reach out and help me pay the house insurance, I would give you the number and what you need to just call the insurance company direct. Just so you know I'm not trying to get money for me, that it is for that purpose. I don't have a problem with that. Um, oh, and you know, Janice, those of you that I believe y'all are saying you're worried for Smiley. And those of you that are, please know, there, let me get this order dropped off, but I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about a couple specific ones. Oh, what did she say? Go to the door. Okay, I don't understand. I don't understand what that means. I think it's wonderful that you guys love Smiley enough. I don't have it to. Oh, yeah, I'll go. I think it's one. Oh, yes, I am, Kate. Thank you for. Okay, good. Okay, y'all, I'll be right back. Kay, you're right. Holy shit balls. I'll be right back. Right back. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Yes, ma'am. Sirs. Be right back. I wasn't even thinking. I got distracted and I just was so happy and think it's so beautiful and wonderful. Not only that you guys are there for me emotionally, but that you're there for Miss Smiley too. Looking out for her and having her back. And I know that's what it is, and so does she. And we are very thankful and appreciative. And I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. What pisses me off, and I am getting the stuff together to go to the door right now, you guys, so don't get upset and worried. That's what I'm doing. Um, I'm so thankful and happy for you guys being there and supporting my friend Smiley in the way you support me mentally and emotionally and having her back. I guarantee you, those that are around, there's a few that would ride behind Smiley on anything that she had to do. Speaking of, has anybody seen Betty Joe lately? Just wondered. Be right back, you guys. Chat amongst yourself for about 10 minutes, okay? I got you, Miss K. Got you, Miss Butterflies. I'm moving it. Oh, I hate trying to open this trunk sometimes. Be right back, you guys. Just down part. I don't trust these people. Y'all are my security. them back. They had the cutest little puppy. I'm good. I'm sorry. They had the cutest little puppy, and it got out. And we have been chasing it. I helped them get it. Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry, you all. I knew y'all were probably worried. And I kept telling them that, but I couldn't leave because I thought it was underneath my car. But we found it in their backyard. I'm so sorry. You guys, I'm fine here because I have delivered to them like 3 times. This is like my 3rd or 4th delivery. And they just said that I'm the only one that doesn't smush their bread and break their eggs. I do know a lot of people in here. I was born and raised here, you know. Oh, thank you, Janice, who sent me a PayPal. So, you guys, at this point, let's see, 78 minus 25, and it'll cost $1. So 78 minus 23 is 55 left. Sorry, it takes me a minute to get my brain right. Now I want to talk about some Summer and Shaquila Robinson, the Idaho 4, and Keely Rodney. So what I'm going to talk about Summer, I'm going to start with Summer. I have more in the live stream once I get home. And I actually have documents about that I want to talk to y'all about Summer's case. But right now, what I want to talk about is some things that are going on that have been forwarded to me and that I've been watching. So, I don't know, and Smiley, you're in here, so you can just say yes or no. I don't know if David Cohen is one of the people commenting and messaging and stressing you out to make you feel almost intimidated and threatened. But welcome to a club. He is blocked after he tried to tell me the same things he did in Allie, and y'all know I don't particularly care for them, but I was sent a comment of a statement they made about him. And my understanding is multiple, I don't want to put other YouTubers' names in it and out there that haven't given me permission and haven't said it out loud. What I do know of is off the top of my head, I know of at least 3 other creators other than myself that have pretty much since the beginning of Summer's case had this guy coming in and telling us stuff and acting like he had knowledge, like someone from within the law enforcement. I didn't hear names that you called out, Smiley. I have been working all day pretty much in the car, so I've only gotten the information I've gotten through screenshots and texts that others, and emails that others have sent. If you want to send me a text with a list, that would be great. What I'm asking is David Cohen sending you comments and emails that are rude and disrespectful? I saw Cam's comment about him. I don't know how long ago it was. It was screenshot and sent to me. The person that sent me that screenshot may be able to tell me when that comment was made. That was a screenshot from Cam and Allie's channel concerning David Cohen and what they knew about him. Yes, butterfly kisses, you probably do. This was early on. No, it ain't okay, Smiley, because there's things you don't know that I'm going to put you up on game right now. It's not okay. This individual I can't do it right now, but I promise you when we're in the live stream, you guys remind me to pull up Google and to show you who he's claiming he is. He did claim to me. He said, and I quote in one of the comments, I blocked him. That's why he doesn't bother me anymore. I blocked him from emailing me, and I blocked him from commenting and from my channel. Because there's no way he's who he tries to say he is. Look up the name David Cohen under Google. I believe in this current administration, he is the Assistant Deputy Director of the CIA. That's who David Cohen is. He's been the director of the CIA. He's worked for the FBI, Secret Service, all of that. That is who this individual that's sending all these messages to the creators wants us to believe he is. He even made comments to me about, I am who you know what I'm talking about. I am crazy because I can't get verbatim, but that's basically what he was telling me. He's one of the ones that said Summer was unalived, and that those of us that are saying we believe that she's still alive and there's a possibility that she's still alive, he basically said that we're only doing it for the money. Let me explain something to you. I'll never see another penny again in my life, and I lose everything. I'm willing to do that. And I swear to you guys, I would do it and still be happy if it meant that Summer came home still in the land of the living and that this little girl was saved. I'll take that L. I'm a grown-ass woman and I'll figure it out. But if I knew that me losing everything would save this child, that's exactly what I would do. Don't. How dare you not walk in my shoes and then accuse me? I'm so tired of people accusing me of shit that they have no fucking clue. You don't know where my heart is. Just like Smiley. You don't know where her heart is. We are two totally opposite sides of the coin as friends. And we are approaching things in this case so different currently. And let me say though, early on, go back and look. Before so much happened, before 423 Chase and Trixie and Lizzie, don't think, by the way, that they didn't know each other well and they weren't connected, along with several other YouTubers that knew him more than they want to admit. Jody Sue Loafa and several others that y'all would really be shocked when the cat comes out of the bag. I just don't have the proof currently. But before the 423 Chase, before my confidence was betrayed and racist creators opened their mouth and had the most terrible words coming out in their mouth, and it was multiples. Nope, I'm not naming names, and I don't got time for the he say, she say. What that did was let me know something about this community and whom I want to avoid and not deal with. And who's real and who's fake. Honest to God, you guys, Smiley is the most real creator that I've met in my entire time on YouTube. Anybody that comes at this woman and attacks her integrity and her motives is doing nothing but playing themselves. You're hurting one person that I can honest to God say is here solely for Summer and nothing else. See, I won't even say that about myself. Yes, I'm here for Summer, 1,000,000%. And if it means saving her to walk away, I would do that in a heartbeat. But my channel, I would be lying to you guys and not being the person I purport to be if I tried to say that the only reason my channel and myself are here is because of Summer. That's a lie, and I can't say that. I won't lie to you guys. I created the channel before Summer went missing. Yes, I was planning on doing coupon and stuff, but I really got personally into this case and other true crime cases. Like, Summer to me was the Casey Anthony, the John Benet Ramsey, the Elizabeth Smart. Those cases and Summer's case go together in my mind. David Cohen is a POS, in my opinion. The fake David Cohen. That's not even his real name. I'm going to look into the name that Cam said that they were able to trace the IP address back and what name came up. I want to know what city and state that's located in. Because the trace that I ran, every time we traced that IP address, it was a different one. A different name and a different stuff. I don't know how it was set up to do that. Can't see what that said. Alright, potty break, Miss K, got you. That was my last delivery of the night. There's so much going on that if you guys knew what within, I can't say a lot or to give away everything, and I'm not trying to do that. Just know that I'm not only battling what y'all know, but there's a huge roadblock that's kind of like a succubus, making it difficult for me to get out this hole. And then I have my back against the wall and being able to deal with the situation as I normally would. It's difficult right now, y'all, in a way I can't explain. I'm not free to explain at the moment. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about. Now, Summer, in the live stream that we're going to do at home, I have some news articles and some documents that I want to show you guys. And I think it's pertinent to Summer's case. And it might offer some explanations on some things. And I do want us to look at those and go over them tonight. Okay, next. Keely Rodney. I haven't said a lot about this case. I was waiting on some information. My understanding is, and we're waiting on that documentation to pop up, but there's a free website that I'm trying to do some research and pull up what's purportedly found. And Casey at Living Lake Time is the first one that I saw that's talked about this. The black box data is back. And a lot of that black box data supports Nick, the tow truck driver, and other stories. Allegedly, the black box data shows a couple trips after the party, shows that she went home and left the next morning and went back to the Boca area where Nick had to come and help jump the car off. Allegedly. And a real quick side note. Casey at Living Lake Time, thank you for your honesty and coming forward and telling us about your struggle with your own personal business. I found it helpful and inspiring. Personally. And I want to thank you for, how do I say this, not being worried about other people's judgments and thoughts and keeping it honest and letting us know what really happened to you and hopefully in the future helping others. I can't see what that says. I can't see what, y'all, I'm going to have to pull over to read this one comment. Hold on. I can't, it says recently something is her name. I think recently something, I can't. Y'all don't have my glasses. I can't pull in there, they've got it blocked off. I'm trying to just pull in a business and read this and then be able to pull back out. Okay, let's see. Because I'm driving, you guys, and it's a long-ass comment. Okay. Well, I came on YouTube, and I never listened to Ziggy anyway. 2 of JB girls were in her chat, and I asked what they were doing. Some were giving Summers info to them. I'm not sure what that means, but I don't like that. Somebody said Beverly. No, what does it say? Oh no, Miss Beverly, we don't generally go to Ziggy's chat. Told them to be quiet. Did you recognize any of the people? And by the way, call me crazy, but why do I see a clip of Andrew Hiltz that Dazed and Confused put up, and I see so many of our sunshines in there, and several that are moderators for him, that it really shocked me. Smiley, what is it? I'm so confused. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Smiley. Attempting to get info. Okay, y'all. Got you. Where are you going, little Deb, darling? I don't either, Annette. I only know about it because Dazed and Confused posted that short. Okay, Smiley. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. Okay, so back to what I was saying about the Keely Rodney. Beverly, you don't have to leave, my darling. You're more than welcome here, honey. I don't know of anybody being upset or angry at you. And I want you to understand, opposing viewpoints and thoughts are welcome. Are welcome as far as I'm concerned. I did, Katie. Mama Bear, she's a moderator. Lady Justice, she's a moderator. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. My phone just jumped out of the bracket. No joke. Wow, thank goodness I was sitting. See, Miss Beverly, your comment just possibly saved my life, darling. If you're still in here, all jokes aside. Absolutely, Marshmallow Taylor, please stay. She's more than welcome. I'm thinking so too, Katie, and I'm going to reach out personally. I have her personal info, and I think I'm going to, both of those ladies, I'm going to reach out to them personally. I was just shocked by it. I want to finish okay, let me get back to where we was at so I can get this all out. And then in the next live stream when I'm at home, I'll be able to, when I'm at home, I'll be able to show documentation. Because I have several things I need to get out. And then we'll talk about the rest in the live stream, okay? Keely Rodney, the black box info has been released. Thank you, Miss Beverly. You stay. You and everybody is welcome. You don't have to, listen, I would rather have people that have their own mindsets and are willing to disagree with me and speak their mind and their piece than a bunch of yes men around me. A bunch of yes men is how you end up getting screwed up in life. You need people who, no matter what, will tell you the truth about what they think and how they feel in life. Thank you, little Deb. Miss Beverly, Deb is going to go see who it is and what they was up to. We appreciate the heads up from you. Anything that goes on in Summer's case, good, bad, or ugly, I want to know about it, and so does Miss Smiley. So we are thankful to you for giving us that heads up and telling us. Don't take it any other way. Back to what I was saying about Keely Rodney. Allegedly, the black box is back. There's a lot of stuff. And what I was saying about Casey at Living Lake Time, I want to thank him for having the kahunas to come out and tell the truth and to let everybody know. Yes, thank you, Miss Katie Kitty. You hear that, Miss Beverly? We love you, darling. I understand that, Miss Beverly. I got you, sweetie. You're good. I'm just thankful that you talk to us and let us know. Information and knowledge is power, my dear. And that's how I see it. But Casey, at Living Lake Time, I digress. Let me get through what I got to get through. He had a CBD store in Tennessee, where he lives. He decided, just in the past 72 hours, that he's going to have to shut it down and probably file bankruptcy, I'm assuming. It's not successful. And rather than focus on that failure, he's focusing on what he's found was successful, which is his music career, which is popular type style music, hip hop, rap, pop, but it's gospel. And to focus on his YouTube career and the true crime aspect of it. He feels that it's been successful for him, and he's going to do that while looking at another business venture, possibly. Now, Shanquella Robinson. There's a few things I want to put out there. Again, he is a hoot. Again, Shanquella Robinson. That family needs to make some more noise. It's going to be swept under the rug. Mexico at first is saying the U.S. wasn't doing anything, blase. Now Mexico has recently came out and said that they have not accumulated enough evidence to issue the red card for the arrest warrant for a specific individual. That's right. The videotape of Shanquella being swung around and beaten, and especially in the head and neck region where she had the breakage, is not enough. But I believe Mexico doesn't want to admit a few things. One, the doctor that did the autopsy is not properly certified to do autopsies in Mexico. Two, it was handled as an accidental death rather than an murder scene, which is different in Mexico and which would account for no forensic evidence and not having the proper evidence they need to prosecute the case. And three, and the big one, and I'm going to show y'all tonight, the article I'm talking about with the names in it that connects to Dejanay that did the beating, allegedly. The person that owns the resort they were at is very powerful, with a lot of power and influence in Mexico and the U.S. and several other countries. Persons involved in that family/corporation have also been associated with Justin Bieber and the group called Mob Ties. Okay? Then there is some stuff about PPP loans. Shaquilla had one and her mother had two. In less than 8 months, all were paid and or forgiven, I guess. Allegedly, there's been whisperings that the fight was actually because Shaquilla had help convicting and busting someone in one of the Cabo Six's family, allegedly. Well, I might have a little bit of tea for y'all. Allegedly, I have a newspaper article that I was directed to out of Charlotte about a father and son and then a female who is a black female. The father and son are of Indian descent, not American Indian, but the country of India. I think it's 1.3 million or 1.45 million scam involving PPP loans came to light. And there was an informant involved in the case. And it turns out that there was way more than 1 point whatever million. We're talking in the hundreds of millions. I'm going to show you just a video to see the cars. Then, I'm trying to get a copy of a picture that I'm going to show you guys. And allegedly, one of the picture is the Dejanay Jackson sitting on a couch with the lady that was involved in the PPP fraud. Now, just a little bit of detail there for you, just to wet your whistle on that case. Let's go on to the next case that I said I was going to speak about, which is the Idaho 4, and how you are a criminal justice major working on your PhD. You already got your master's. How dumb can you be? I have read the affidavit, or as the dude said that got into Icken Mail, and I still laughing myself stupid. He said Alpha David was going to come out and speak. Instead of affidavit, he thought the dude's name was Alpha David. And then he's going to come out and reveal information. I said, oh my God. Anyways, so the affidavit, y'all, we see how what is the word, sneaky the popo can be. Twice in Indiana, they had homeboy pulled over just to get a look at his hands. Twice. Now, the sheet that was dropped, a lot of people are missing what it said. On the button snap, they did not get his DNA. They got familial DNA. And that's how they got him. It's his father's DNA that was on there. But they know that the daddy could not have done it. And they know that the knife belonged to the father. Apparently, I guess he's an ex-Marine maybe. I don't know. A lot of people are saying that where the sheath was dropped proves who the targets were. That's not necessarily true. Because what I'm looking at and wondering is, did he drop it on the way out? Because everything had gotten so convoluted and messed up? Or did he drop it as he was coming in and first unsheathed the knife? We've also learned that Dylan, a lot of people are coming down on this young lady, that she saw him leaving and didn't call the cops. One of two things is possible. Either she really was traumatized, and in shock. None of us have the right to judge and know what we would do or not do in that type of situation. Very serious. Also, it is quite possible with the number of comings and goings within that household that she honestly just thought it was somebody else leaving with what she had heard and was able to hear and know. And I'm sure all that will come out in the wash. But to attack, I agree, Miss Katie, to attack this young lady because she didn't immediately call the cops or it didn't register to her what was going on. Who in the hell in their right mind would even be thinking that some lunatic is going to come in the slide glass doors after you get a food delivery and flash everybody in the house and look at her and see her standing there and keep on walking and go out and not do nothing to her? Really? I mean, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. The fudge out of here. Come on, and you're talking, these are, in Kylie Rodney's case, everybody wanted to say those are kids. Well, these are kids too then. Shitting me. Hell yeah, she was terrified. Oh my God. Who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be? It just, oh my jeez, it frustrates me so bad. I will say this too, though. I think some, I won't say all, allegedly, several of the parents are pushing for the death penalty. And as a parent, I get it. But what you need to know is, if I was a parent and understood the legal system, or somebody sat down and explained stuff to me, I would be pushing that they go after the lesser charge, which is going to carry as much jail time when you multiply it times 4. The reason being is it's really difficult. It's a higher level of proof and everything required to get that death penalty case conviction. That's one. And right on, Miss Katie. It's easier to prove the lesser charge times 4. And in all likelihood, Don B had a great video where he gave statistics and dates. Since 1976, that state has only executed 3 individuals. And it ain't because they're not sitting there. Then on top of it, when you factor in what it costs the state and the taxpayers, when you have a death penalty conviction, there are so many appeals on little technicalities that because it's a death penalty case, most of the time they will err on the side of the defendant and allow for a retrial or another, appeal hearing or whatever. And, Don B was talking about exhausting those appeals within like a year. So why did it take 10 years? Because then there's exhausting appeals. Then there's asking for the governor to do a stay of execution. There's asking the federal government to intervene. And the bottom line is 8 out of 10 death row inmates in the United States are working off of a court-appointed attorney. So that means that the taxpayers are footing the bill. And then when you look at the time in the courtroom, the judge, the jury, the bailiff, you've got to look at all those individuals and the number of appeals and times in court and other, you get your normal death row appeals. But if your attorney can find something that it feels like should have caused a mistrial or a retrial, then there's another hearing and another appeal. Long story short, it is easier to get a conviction on a non-death penalty M-U-R-D-E-R case, it costs the taxpayers way less money than putting somebody on death row. Which honestly, in the end, most death row inmates die before they're executed. Let's keep it a band, as I try to always do. It is very expensive to do a death row conviction case and to exhaust all those appeals that have to be exhausted. And like I said, you've got a public defender, and that means the bill is being footed. And when you have a death row case, you're talking about per person that has a conviction. You're talking at least right at $1 million per individual by the time everything is said and done. It sounds good. It looks good. It's a great soundbite. It's great. As a parent, I'm looking at it that way and thinking, yeah, they'll never get out to hurt nobody. And that's true. But you can get that on a non-death penalty case. And your chances of that verdict being overturned and you, as that family member, going through all that again, are so much less. When you do a death penalty case and get a conviction, it's so much of a chance you're taking. A chance that conviction, every time you go to court, is going to get overturned on some little technicality. Whereas, if you go for the lesser charge and get the conviction, you don't go through all that. Right, Annette? It is different in different countries. Abso-freaking-lutely. I found it amazing. All of the, I guess, Big Brother wins. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about when I say Big Brother, if you've never read it, go pick it up. Go to Kindle or wherever you have to go to read. It's George Orwell's 1984. It was assigned to me to read on my 6th grade reading list. And let me tell y'all something. That book gave me damn well nightmares. I can't fathom. Who in this climate that we have now, oh no, they probably burnt that book outside the school. But you know what? It's an accurate depiction of the times that we're living in. Honest. Big Brother is watching you. And I think that this case, more than any other, proved that. There is a video and audio from the house next door, 50 feet from one of the bedrooms. And on top of that, look at the traffic cameras placement. Now, to wind this up, because this is a question I'm going to ask, and we're going to visit it at the beginning of the live stream when I get to the house. And here's the question I have for you. All the info that they have about the cell phone, especially, okay? Let's just start with the cell phone. Damn it, I'm bleeding. Let's just go with the cell phone part and nothing more right now. And I'm tying this into Summer's case. I'm going to tell you all that up front. There's a reason that I'm bringing this to Summer's case because it pisses me off. Ronnie Lawson and the rest of anybody involved in Summer's case in Hawkins County that's a piece of shit that doesn't want to own up to nothing. We sit here and we watch the Idaho, and you're going to tell us, I'm sure, we don't have all them traffic cameras and shit. Whatever. You had cell phones. Look at how they could track this MF's cell phone, you guys. They could tell us exactly when he turned it off, exactly when he turned it on, going between let me get a drink. Between traffic cameras and the cell phone, they were able to pinpoint 12 times that this MFer was in that area in the months prior to the murders. Now, my thing is, They're sit here. They're able to tell us everywhere that cell phone was, including where it was at when it got powered off and back on. Right? Look at all the information that they have in the Idaho 4 case about this gentleman's cell phone. Look in that affidavit about what it addresses in the cell phone. Separate it from the cameras because they don't have that available in the Hawkins County area, the cameras, okay? And I'll let them have that. You can have that part. 100%, 1,000,000%. Now, I want to know why. What's the problem in getting all that kind of data on Grandma and Candace and everybody's phone? Allegedly, Candace was running all over the hill, right? And she was in the middle of a call with Dawn while it was going on. Facebook call or whatever. So why do they not have all that to either prove or disprove what was being said by the parents and Grandma? I get it. And it ain't, Katie, it ain't about whether she's telling the truth or lying. We ain't got to take her word. What I want to know is why can't we get the data on everybody involved in Summer's case like they have for the Idaho 4? Why don't we have it for JSB? Why don't we have it for her, Andy? Why don't we have it for Fred? Why don't we have it for Candace and Dawn and Grandma? Yeah, for Butterfly, forget the traffic cameras. I'm talking about the cell phone data. If Candace powered her phone off at 4:30 in the afternoon, let's say, for instance, it's not been alleged, okay? This is a hypothetical question that I'm putting out there. She either powered that phone off or left it. Point blank, period. Or she had it with her when she's going. Riding everywhere after she realized Summer was missing. Ain't that the truth, Miss K? So where is all that data? Because you can't tell me that you want to prove that Dawn was at work. Where's the cell phone data? Where's that? The Idaho 4 case and that affidavit gives you an idea of what they're capable of doing when it comes to tracing cell phones and usage and data and metadata and where you're at. Why do we not see that in Summer's case? You're going to tell me that Dawn and Candace and Grandma and Loaf and all the other possible suspects and persons of interest in Hawkins County, every fucking one of them are smart enough to evade police. They're all smart enough to know what to do with their cell phones. They were all smart enough to be able to fool the police. Are you kidding me? If every single person's cell phone involved in this case, if Mama and Daddy and Grandma's cell phone is all turned off and then turned on at the same time, or if Candace is saying she rode here and she rode there and the cell phone data does not back that up, you get what I'm saying? There's no way in hell that they don't have it or they shouldn't have it. And if they do and they're not acting, either they're covering up for somebody or could there have been an ongoing DEA, ATF investigation that was already underway when Summer's case occurred? That's my two questions for the live stream. What's the deal with the cell phone data for these individuals that are persons of interest in Summer's case? think I might have to call the sheriff's department and ask questions. Might do that in a live stream tomorrow during business hours. See if I can't get the detective that's over her case on the phone. I'd like to ask them those questions. Or maybe Cecil. And then my other question is, could there have been, just like the bust that took place on Beach Creek, where James Light was busted as being the kingpin, could there have been a similar investigation to that one already underway when Summer disappeared? Just distracting everyone enough to get everything took care of and moved and handled? Question mark. Those ongoing cases, like the one in Beach Creek that I just talked about with the kingpin one, that took almost 5 years for them to get to the point of having a conviction. That's a lot. What in the world does this boy have? No. Anyway, that's a lot. So those are my two questions, okay? What about the cell phone data? Let's look at the affidavit and what it tells us from Idaho 4 and pose the question, why was that not done in Summer's case? And if it was, show us the work. I don't believe you. You can't convince me that these people are that fucking intelligent, that they know how to avoid the cloud, they know how to make everything disappear. They're that intelligent to be able to handle all that. I don't believe it. You can't convince me of that. They're not that good of criminals. They've got caught too many times. That's question number one. Question number two is it possible that the reason we're seeing inaction that looks on the borderline of being incompetency from the local authorities and TBI, because higher up in the system, the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, whoever, already ATF, whatever it was, already had an ongoing case that this could jeopardize if handled improperly, and that they were asked to step to the side without saying they stepped to the side type ish. That's one of my questions of the two. So, I mean, a claim Summers case as a gag order. Who's saying that it has a gag order? The only gag order that's been issued on her case had to do with the boys and their custody. The boys are not allowed to be mentioned. Summer was not addressed in that gag order whatsoever. That's my two questions. And I'm going to say peace, love, and light. And I will see you all later tonight. Y'all don't forget, come on and join me. I will announce what time it's going to be. Right now it's 10:30. I'm thinking somewhere between 11:30 and 12:30 is when I'll be doing the live stream. Damn it, I'm bleeding and I can't find it. This is not cool. It's all over my pants now. Bright red blood. And I don't know what I'm having a moment. I do promise you guys, I have been sick, and again, thank you, Miss Katie. You have no idea. I was going back to the hospital because I was that, hadn't had no improvements. So we're going to when I come back in the live, we are going to further discuss all four of these cases. I have some documents and some information with each case that I want to share with you guys and show you. Not just listen to me filibuster, but you actually see the documents that I've seen and understand why I've come to the conclusions that I've come to. And get your opinions and thoughts. Because, you guys make the difference for me. Y'all make me think, help me think outside the box in ways that I would never think to think without your input. And in the beginning, I was saying, we're not going to solve this case. They ain't nothing, of the sort. But hell, I, I believe we could all do as good as Hawkins County's done. Can I get a heck yeah in the chat? So I'm saying sometime between 11:30 and 12:30 Eastern time that I'll be able to do the live stream. That gives me time to get in the house, wash my booty, and get set up. What do y'all think? We ain't giving up on summer. Can I get a heck yeah to that one? Give me an 8 in the chat if you're not willing to give up on her. Hold on just a minute, guys. Pretty much the same. He's last couple days in between his medicines and stuff is when he sleeps. He was whimpering like a wounded dog. Like, he's on the morphine and they've doubled his strength. It's pretty much as strong as he can get. It's the liquid, that they put inside your jaw when it dissolves. Every 3 hours. The maximum dose. They told us it's a matter of days. His birthday's the 13th. They don't expect.
Does he have Facebook or?
Yeah, I don't know that he's on it. You can send him a message. If it's not him, it'll be his wife that reads it to him. Yeah. Okay. Just letting you know up front.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, darling. All right, y'all. See you in the 8th. Sorry about that. They were just asking about my youngin'. For those that claim I'm making it up. I don't even know what the question was. Cold water works for what, Annette? And I just don't know what kind of monster that you would have to be to make stuff up. And all that happened that caused a rift between he and I. And I kept trying to explain it. And nobody understood. A young man, got you, Annette. A young man that's 31 doesn't want to admit that he's losing control of certain limbs. It's a pride thing. Those of you that saw the funeral that was streamed online know that it's no exaggeration. They saw the brace, the wheelchair, everything. So, that being said, I'm going to say peace, love, and light. And I will see you all between 11:30 and 12:30 tonight. I will post. The live stream is going to be occurring on the community tab wall, the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so that everybody's aware of the live. This one was special for those of you loyal sunshines that I knew would be here. Yeah, the bloodstains got you. The cold water, I'll hit that as soon as I get to the house. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes my mind is just a little occupied a lot right now lately. I will see you all shortly. Let me get off here so I can get in the store and right back to the house. But, peace, love, and light. I'll see you all in a little while tonight.